Stu Boys see Dejan Kulusevski's comments for his friend. How do I pronounce this? Panagiotis Luka.
Sorry, I cut out then. Can you pronounce that again, mate?
Fuck your mum. So his direct comments from that bloke. We spoke a week before Conte left, and he said that the problem wasn't the manager. He said to Juve News. So there's already an angle, isn't there? The team must change its attitude. A change is needed. Tottenham was said to have a £30.5 million transfer clause to sign Kulusevski at the end of the season, which would become an obligation should they qualify for the Champions League. With that looking unlikely, the 23-year-old future could instead become linked to Spurs and parent club Juve. I don't think Juve is our parent club in this situation. The decisions regarding Harry Kane and Di Maria. 35 million euros is a lot. It's up to Tottenham to decide. He continued. He's young and has helped the team a lot. Doing what he's done at 23 isn't for everybody. If he returns to Juve, it will be a whole other story. He hasn't told me anything. It's too early to think about it, but it will take time to figure out. If important players like Kane would leave Spurs, the situation would change. It's the same thing at Juve. If Di Maria wasn't to renew, there would be more space for Dejan. Who the fuck is this dickhead? Why has he got so much interest in fucking Dejan Kulusevski? Fucking concentrate on your own fucking weird little career.
Yeah.
Dickhead. So firstly, can I, Mark, do you know anything
about... Get our player out of your
fucking head, out of your mouth.
Your fucking mouth.
Mark, what? Who is this geezer?
I've no idea.
Right.
I have no idea. I haven't even looked up whether he's actually a footballer.
Spurs
I think he probably is, but
Spurs need to send some blokes over to fucking batter him.
Break his fucking legs.
Yeah, it's like your missus.
Take him into a field.
Your missus' his best friend telling her that you're not good enough for her. Just fuck off. Well, who are you? Fuck off.
It's an odd one.
Do you know how much money is involved here, you dickhead?
Yeah, fucking twat. I hope it's someone that Kulu doesn't know very well, who's just fucking thinks he's gonna get his name in bright lights in some red tub rag or some. It's probably some online aggregator website anyway. It's probably not even anything reputable. Because it's such a weird thing. Like, what is if Kulusevski's like dropped this via his mate? What is he doing? Like, why is he trying that after the fucking season he's had? That's a weird one. But I don't think it's that. I think it's just a guy who just has a little bit of knowledge. And Kulusevski and foreign players, me and the other foreign players, they do this when they go back. Like Hobier's just done a pretty insightful interview with Danish TV, and they do that when they go abroad. They chat. They're quite open and honest about their club situation.
Should they?
Like so
should they just shut their fucking mouths?
Well, it's just the European way. We're just a bit more honest and act with a bit more integrity.
That's why we left. That's why Brexit happened.
Why we ruled you at one point.
Well, it didn't.
This article annoyed me though.
Hard Brexit.
Rick, why?
Yeah, but why do you think it is, Ricky?
Because
what's
I think
about?
People get agents, newspapers, mates, whoever to leak stories to get their feelers out. And it just feels a bit like, well, Juve have got their 15 points back. They're going to be in the Champions League. We're not in the Champions League. They've got a settled team and manager. We haven't. They've got, sporting director. We haven't. Things are a bit up in the air at the moment. And it's just kind of like, yeah, let's see. Can I go back to Juve? Can I? Just go on. Send out this little story.
You can't go back to Juve, though.
He might be able to.
No,
why can't he?
Well, there's an obligation to buy it, and then there is what's the other one? An option to buy it. So it's on.
We're definitely going to take.
What are we in? Are we in the option? What about if we don't take up that option?
Then he goes back.
When he is going back.
Right. Okay. I think he might be trying to put some distance between Tottenham
I want to know who
and
this dickhead
himself.
is, Ricky.
Yeah, exactly. He's causing us to argue.
Yeah.
We need to find him and
I-
leave a horse's head in his bed.
I'll be well up for kicking his cunt in.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, I feel the emotions running through me as though this is fact and this is what happened. He has told his mate this, and I'm like, well, cool. If you'd have turned up for half of these games, then maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation. Maybe we might be in the Champions League. And then I'm getting all aggy. My blood pressure's going up. This is all lies. It's just shit I'm reading on the internet. Like, look at me.
What?
Fucking ridiculous.
What do you make of Kulusevski's performance this season?
He's not. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it, mate. Go on.
He's been pretty shit, hasn't he?
It's been alright.
Been great.
It's been okay.
I mean, I don't know, mate. If you're going to sit and give Richarlison such a tough time every week, you have to. Kulusevski's not been at it. Like, yeah. Let's be real here. He's a ginger brother. I have to be real to my peoples, but
you've had a haircut and you don't look ginger anymore. You look brown,
mate.
You're buzzing about that, aren't you?
It's because I'm going old. Yeah, I love it. I don't even get shouted at in the street anymore. It's brilliant.
Go on, mate.
Anyway, but I think he's. I don't think he's been great. But then he's not. He's been part of the same malaise as the others. I think the one interesting part about these comments, and that might be why this has been leaked, is because he's wanted to. Maybe Kula's thought that he wanted to put out that it was not about Conte, it was about the players. And I think in that there's a shred of him saying, but when I say that it's about the players, it's obviously not me. That's the only sort of slight kind of sense I can see in him saying this, because he's really not been great. He was fantastic for us last season. We were all sat on this pod last season going, oh yeah, he's probably our second best player after Kane. And his ceiling is there, but he's
He's massive.
For me, he was like he was the new Robin, wasn't he? I was in smoking areas, 11 o'clock at night, having it with Gunas, saying he's better than Saka. He is. He's the new Robin. Now look, I've got egg all over my face.
I think.
Come on, Kulu.
The back end of last season, I think that would be a genuine conversation. I think there were a lot of Spurs fans going. Oh no! Now we know. Now we know the idiots we became. But I think there were times when Kulusevski was as Spurs fans, we're going, I'd rather have Kulusevski than Saka. Saka's all right. He's all right. But Kulusevski's decent. But his form, certainly after the World Cup, has been poor. It's been poor. Yeah.
But I think for me personally, I think I'm not really going to hang it on Kulusevski and be like, well, he's shit or whatever. I think generally throughout the team, it's been so up and down with the kind of just the dourness around the club, how we're playing, the results that are coming in, Conte, Paratici, all of that stuff. I think, again, like I said earlier about Porro, if you get a right manager who is coaching them and they know exactly what they're doing, when they're doing it, they are treated and they're given that that kind of where they can express themselves on the pitch and show what they're really about, but also know that they have a focus to do other jobs within the team and what their place is in the team, and that they're an important cog in the team and really have that feel good factor. That's when you see players start really, and especially attacking players, that's when you'll start to see them go. And I think next season it will be a totally different season, but I have been pretty disappointed with him this season, to be fair.
Mark, do you see a world where Kulusevski starts for us on the right-hand side next season, first game?
Yeah, sure. I think he's still the preferred option. If you're talking about a 3-4-3, yeah, for sure. I think he's still the better option. If everyone's sort of playing at the median level, you've got it's Son King Kulusevski, isn't it? Like, it has to be.
What about a 4-2-3-1? He's there then, isn't he?
So
The problem becomes your man. Højbjerg.
Yes. No, you'd have him in the 2. What?
Yeah.
Easy.
I'd
Easy.
have
You'd
your
have him in the 2.
I'd have your mum in the
You'd have
2.
him up my mum's house, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would. No, you'd have him in the 2. You'd have him and it has to be Bentancur, but yeah. But then he might drop to the bench, and we might have. But then we need number 10 to sit in the middle of the 3, or he could play on the right of the 3.
He was billed as that though. I think he said he likes to play as that free role 10 or out on that kind of wing where he can go 1-on-1 against someone and isolate a defender. So maybe Tenzi, maybe he might be fitting in that Tenzi. I'd prefer him out on the wing though. I quite like him in that.
Yeah, I think he needs to be. He's better as a forward, kind of playing off a striker. I think he can take some players on, deliver some crosses, which is harder in the 10. But yeah, I mean, look, it's back to that same question of that old width conversation or depth conversation that we had last season again during the summer transfer window. It's not bad to have several players for each position. You need that. I think there's absolutely no doubt that we're going to sign him, and he has to stay in the squad because he's excellent. He's got an amazingly high ceiling. And I think the right side of our team now looks really good with him, Porro, Richarlison in there dovetailing as well.